my friends. It's time that we pick up on our ring again. I think this is the only ring I'm going to do today. I did roll this silicone little tiny mat up and stick it under there. And instead of taping under there, I'm just going to use the silicone, and because I want a resin in here. And I think that I'm going to make it green. I know that blue, the blue kind of makes you think it should be blue, but no, I'm going to do some green. And then I want to put this right here, little, it's a single earring, and it's really pretty. It's got some rhinestones in it, and this has got some rhinestones too, so they will go. They're both silver. I'm pretty sure that will fit in the center of that, but first I need to get rid of that post. And to get rid of the post, I'm going to just try pulling it out first. Let me use my nylon jaws so I don't hopefully mess up the pretty part of the earring. Well, none of that wants to be held. Can I hold it like that? I don't know. Maybe. Okay. All right. Maybe not. Maybe if I pull with the nylon part. Okay, that's not going to work. So those are too soft. They're sliding. So let's hope I don't damage it with the regular. Well, you know what? Let me put that here and go further down here and just try pulling this way. Wow, that's in there pretty good. Alright, what's the next thing we can try? Flush cutters. Just go right up in there. Well, something crushed. I think it was yeah, there it goes. All right, now that's two. Well, save that, put that in some resin somewhere. All right. All right. We'll do what we did on previous ones. I wasn't watching to see whether or not I was in camera. I am so sorry. All right, let's use a file or rasp or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to use some paper to protect my silicone mat here, because metal filings will stick really good to metal, I don't want to be filing my pliers. I just want to file that. All right. Is it filing it down? It is a little bit. The shorter I can get that, the better, because it's going to go in here and I don't want it to stick out real far. Can you see the metal filings? So it is working. Oh, I can see that it's a lot shorter than it was. Now my husband got a whole set of these files for me for Christmas a few years ago. From Walmart, actually. They weren't that expensive. I think they were, I had looked and they were like $8 for a full set. They are fantastic to have in your toolkit. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's put these away, because we don't need these for this part. All right. Okay, So we have the little thing here. I'm going to shake off any of those metal filings into my trash can right there. All right, because we are going to be using some resin. And as you know, I do not like green eggs and ham. Okay, I don't like gloves because my hands sweat so bad. I do have these here if I need them. I also, when I go to take the cap off, lately I've been using a paper towel just to make sure if anything had gotten on the cap that it's not getting on my fingers. Alright, we're not going to need a lot of resin. Because that's not a big spot. Okay. Let's mix up the green. Isn't that a pretty green? Alright. Alright. Since that's not a lot of resin, we don't need a lot of mica powders. And that's what those are. Those are mica powders. They are the same thing that you would find in your eyeshadow. These are a little bit finer ground than what your eyeshadow is because, well, originally the eyeshadow was like this, but they've been packed in to, oh, I didn't check to see whether or not that's going to fit. Well, let me do this first. I'm going to put a layer down, get it out here into the corners. That there. Alright, let's put that under the UV light. But anyways, what I was saying with the eyeshadow, it was loose like this here, and then they have machines that push it real hard and pack it in really tight so that it works good for you. Okay, I've got this partially cured here. Now we want to see how this will look in there since we didn't do it. Oh, isn't that going to be pretty? Look at that. Gonna have to get it flat, centered. Oh, that's gonna be so pretty. Yeah. All right. Need some more green. Build it up a little bit. Bring it out to the sides. Out here. Out there. All the way out. All the way. Okay. Okay. Now, nope, that didn't want to pick that up. I was hoping that would pick that. Alright, I gotta put gloves on. As much as I hate gloves, I am working with something really small and right on top of that resin. So, see, gloves, I do own them. And I am being much more careful this new year. Whoops. Alright. I'm going to use a toothpick now so I can get rid of those gloves. Lay it flat. Come on. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Alright. Put it back under the light. Okay. We'll be back. Okay, what do you think? Huh? Unfortunately, it doesn't fit my ring finger. It has been split, which means somebody adjusted it to fit whatever finger they had. It also would look pretty there. So, but I like it. Oops. Try to block some of the blue from behind you. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. That's pretty. Okay. Next I was going through some rhinestone stuff and I came across this and I love this. It's unique. It's a necklace, but it's missing a lot of rhinestones. Unfortunately, they're a gold rhinestone. And then I come across this. I'm not sure. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful earring. Unfortunately, it's a one of a kind. So about the only thing I can do is harvest from it. And it is going to be smaller than those, but is the right color, I think. And I don't know whether or not I should try harvesting out of this and put them in there or not. What do you think? The other thing I can do is actually pop out all of these and replace them with the smaller stones, and that way they'd be uniformed. And since this is, you see the cup? I think the cup would take that. I don't know. I would have to actually do just one of those first. But like this one's missing, this one's missing, this one's missing, this one's missing, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So there are a lot of them missing out of this. And I could just pop them all and just change the color, but I really kind of like that. This actually doesn't look like the same color now that I'm looking under some better lighting. This looks more yellow. This looks more of a pure beige. But anyways, that's what I was thinking there. Okay. Also, I was cleaning my craft closet all morning long, and I forgot I had this. You're going, what is that? It's cotton. It's actually the cotton that's inside a marker. When you tear apart a marker, you'll find a round plastic tube, and in that round plastic tube is this cotton stuff filled with ink. These are saturated, but when your marker dries up, there's still an awful lot of ink in there. And if you tear them apart, and wear gloves because it stains like crazy. And no, I did not wear gloves. And yes, my hands took about 2 weeks to go back to normal color. That's okay. I'm crafty like that. But I have all kinds of colors from this. It's like the orange, and that was the red, the blue. Here's some green, some yellow. I don't know what color that was, but it obviously took all the color out when I soaked it in alcohol. There's another yellow, or it could have been orange, and then a brown. I think I have some more of it in the house in a drawer, because that's what I did. I just stuffed it in a drawer in there when I was cleaning, because I said, ooh, I want to use this. And where I want to use it is in the molds. Let's do the blue. Okay. Oh, let's do some white and blue. Let me pull a little bit of the white cotton out. It ain't gonna take much, is it? And more than likely, some of the color is going to bleed when I do this, because it's basically an alcohol ink in there. And I'm going to kind of just fluff it. Yeah. I'm going to, yeah, see, it's coming onto my hands. And yes, I should put the gloves back on. And am I going to? No. But I would probably, if you were worried about your hands getting all yucky, go ahead and wear the gloves. And, or you could just put this on a paper and use some toothpicks and just fluff it. All right, let's see if I can get this down in. You know what? Let's put some resin in, and then just stick the fluff into the resin. All right. Let's start with some white. Yeah, try not to do it all in one go. And I love telling people how I created their crosses, you know, because some of them are like flower petals, some of them are there was one that I made that was just the, you know how you have a punch and after you've punched something out you have all these holes, you know, round things, donut holes. Yeah. Anyways, my husband had punched a bunch of colored plastic sheets that he needed for dividers, and I kept the holes and I put the wait a minute, I have some over here. Where are they? Right here. Here's the holes. See? Yeah, I put those in a cross. That went fast. Somebody picked that out real quick. They go, oh, I like that one. I'm going, oh, okay. But my aim is that every person in our church has one cross. And had to tell a couple of kids, you only have one. And I know some of the older people have taken more than one. But, you know, it's hard to tell the old person, no. I had one go, she picked it up, she goes, oh, I gave one to my niece, or my granddaughter, and I got another one. I'm going to send this one to her. I'm like, okay. I wanted to go say, you know, you can make a donation over to the coffee bar in lieu of pay. But I didn't. I was nice. I just kind of smiled. But anyways, I also, in the gift bags for visitors, they have each of them has a cross in it, and what they get, you know, it's just random, and there's no two that are the same. So all right, let me go. Sopping it up really well. Do I know if this is going to look cute? No, I have no idea what it's going to look like when it's done. That's the great part about doing, I guess it's steps over from crafts into art when you have no idea what it's going to turn out to be. And it's all unique. It's not like something you do over and over again. A lot of people, you know, they don't realize that crafters are artists. I call myself a crafter and not an artist. Although, if you were to look at my FBI file, because there is one, because my husband had to have a top secret clearance when he was in the Air Force, and one of the things they do is they check out your family members. And they have me listed as an artist. I'm like, cool. They saw my paintings in his office. I haven't done them in a long time. Oil paintings on saw blades. And I used to sell them. Well, actually, I didn't sell them. My old boss sold them. He's the one that talked me into doing them. And I made some money at one time. So that needs some right there. Do I want to go with white? Yeah, let's go with white. Because we don't want to get too much blue in there, because that would overtake it, I think. That blue is very strong. Alright. Now, once I've got this cured, I'm going to have to come over it with some more resin. and smooth it out, because you can see, I don't know if you can see, can you see that it's not perfectly smooth like normal. I want to get up into that crease right there. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? You think I should put some blue more up in here? Maybe just a few hairs of it, you know? Not just kind of like that there. Whoops, you're on the wrong side, guy. You were on the wrong side. And I've done it with feathers. I have red feathers that I bought from somewhere. I don't know where I got them. I know I did purchase them. Anyways, I put a layer of clear and then the feathers, and then I put white behind them. So pretty. All right, let me set that down. Put this away. And that will show us. Let's see my fingers. Yay! That's why you probably will want to wear gloves if you do this. But it's a good way of getting some free alcohol ink. And I do keep them in their own baggie because I think they would transfer colors to each other. But that can go back under my, what's that thing called? Oh, in a drawer. Go back in the drawer. Put Edwina back in the drawer. All right. All right. Now, one way I can probably clean this. Yeah. This is alcohol, rubbing alcohol. As you can see, it's taken off a lot of it. Also, when I do clean up and do dishes and scrub in the kitchen, the rest of it will come off. Because Sharpie's permanent marker, not so permanent. When I was a substitute teacher, I did that for 10 years. It was fun. But when I was done, I was definitely done. But anyways, one of the times I was in a classroom, and on the whiteboard, they had all the markers laying out there, and I just picked up one of the markers and wrote my name on the board. And then I look at it, it was a permanent marker. Who puts a permanent marker on a tray next to the whiteboard? I don't know. I panicked. I'm going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And the kids go, oh, you just use the dry erase markers, run over it, and it'll wipe right off. I'm like, what? Okay. And it did. So kids are so smart. All right, this is that leftover green from that ring. You can see the green. Yeah. I had more resin than I needed, so I always have a little mold nearby. So I put it in there. You can see I'd used it before. And I have no idea what this is going to look like when it's done, or what the next color is going to be, because it's whatever I have excess of next time. All right, let's review some of the rings that we've still got to do. This one here, all I'm going to do is put rhinestones in it. I think it'll look really pretty. This one, I think I'm going to pop these red ones out. Like I said, they look like they've been melted or something. And to pop those out, I can either heat them, or I may be able to pop them out with a pokey tool. Nope, I'm going to have to heat them. Okay, the heat will release the glue. And as you can see, all these are empty. They had rhinestones in them, which were probably pretty. I don't know. But as you can see, I've got a lot to do. Now these need little rhinestones, and I'm thinking these are too small for that. But I do have other rhinestones. This here, what I was thinking, this is pretty. This is a bracelet. It's missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rhinestones, 6 rhinestones, and then all these here. Well, I'm thinking these right here would go in there. And the way you get those is you heat them, and then you just kind of bend. Now there's actually a pair. Unfortunately, they're missing so many rhinestones that there's no way I can repair them. So I am going to harvest these little bitty rhinestones out of this, and I can use them in other projects. Okay, so if you have broken jewelry, you know, you're missing a few rhinestones, if you don't have what it takes to fix that, then hang on to it and perhaps it will come in handy later on. All right. Reason I was just saying I'm not done with the rings. All right, this right here. Let's put another layer on the outside because that cured. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty. It changes the look once it's smoothed out. I'm going to go over the back of it like that so it'll be a solid cross on the back. All right. Oh, I know. I said I was going to use the cover it up, and I didn't do it that time. It's a new year. I'm just starting out again, so I may have to sand that there because that's sticking up. And my hole is getting covered here. But I can use a pokey tool and pokey it up through. All right, let's put that back under the light. Let that cure. Okay, back to these here. I came across this. This is a lone earring. And I'm thinking that would make such a pretty ring. Look at that. Wouldn't that be a pretty ring? Not on this one. But I have some that are just broken that I can, and I've got some just round blanks. So if I cut that off, sand it so it don't poke your finger, I just think it would make a really, really pretty ring. I can't show you because that thing's in the way and I don't want to impale myself. So what do you think, huh? Wouldn't that be a pretty ring? It would. I say so. All right. Okay. I decided that needed something in the center of the cross. It's got this opening, this hole. So I'm going to put a little bit of resin there. I'm going to use the white, just white. And I think because it's not with the raw blue, I think the white will show up. So, yeah. Make little clouds in here. Make it like a little cloud. Now I have put cotton inside a resin, and it kind of looks like ice when it's done. You know how you get some cloudy ice, white in it? Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. I gotta sneeze. Right, sorry about that. I had to break off and sneeze. Yes, I'm a multiple sneezer, so you know it's not like I could just go achoo and I'm being done. No. I'd like sneeze and sneeze and sneeze because I got that from my mommy. My mommy was a multiple sneezer too. Not sure what causes a person to be a multiple sneezer, but there are those among us. Yeah. All right. Finish this up and then go see what my husband's up to. He was at Loaves and Fishes earlier today. And then he went to a men's Bible. I don't know if it's not Bible study prayer group. I don't know. I do know that they do read some out of the Bible. I forget what book they're working in. But they also pray for each other and support each other, and it's an important thing. Yeah. There's a chunk right out of that one right there. I don't know how that happened. It makes it a little less cool right there. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. I just gotta make sure everything's tucked down in. All right, let's cure that. While it's curing, I already showed you how to get cheap colored cotton. Well, I told you about it. You can also get cheap alcohol ink because you just take those little tubes after you pull the marker apart. You can actually pull it here, and then you just take pliers and you pull this part out. And you can also use the nib, throw that in the alcohol too. And I take a knife and cut along the plastic tubing. And then all the color comes out really good. And then you just throw this part away. I haven't figured out a use for that yet. Anyway, so that's one thing you can do. I save all kinds of things, like this here, little cups like this. That's an applesauce container. This here is a sticker that I got some drawers from the Dollar Tree. I just picked the stickers, come off good off in these, and then you can just use them to clean up your area or clean up your molds. So it'll save you on tape. I do use packing tape a lot for cleaning, but if there's a pill bottle label or like these kind of labels here, yeah, I mean, you're just gonna throw them away anyway, so you might as well harvest them and you know, be a miser, be cheap. You can spend that money on something else, like molds. Buy more molds. Okay? Yeah. Okay. All right, that came out good. Now I'm going to put another layer. Put another layer on. Okay. Just cover this here. It makes it shiny. Could I leave it just the way it was? Yes, I could. But I personally kind of like the glassiness that you get when you put a coating on it. Now, because this this side of the mold is very smooth and shiny, sometimes the resin doesn't necessarily stick to it. There's a little divot right there. There was an air bubble. And so you have to go around a couple of times. There's an air bubble right there. I got it. And one there. Now, when you're doing things like cotton in there, you might get some air bubbles. Okay, I released that one. Come on. I do have a lighter here. I can go over these. Come on, go right there. Fill in that. There we go. All right, let me hit it with the lighter because I can see an air bubble right there that I might. Oh, that one popped. That one there might be too deep. Come on up. There we go. Okay, I am seeing some texture that I don't want. I'm not sure why I'm getting texture. But I can also see where the resin has moved away from the edges because of the, like I said, the smooth silky finish on this. Okay, let me throw that there. That'll cure that on the toothpick too, so I can reuse that toothpick. Okay, this has been fun. This is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. I hope that you had fun. I hope that you were encouraged to do weird things like save your cotton out of the center of your Sharpies after they dry up, and you harvest the ink for alcohol ink. And yeah, there's so much you can do. It's just so fun. Don't let people tell you can't do something until you've tried it, and then you'll know whether or not you really can or cannot do it. And there it is. I was going to say, I lost the ring I just made. Like I said, I think I like it on that, like that. What do you think? Yeah. All right. This is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, I hope this posts easy, because they have not been posting really easy for me. The challenges of technology, computers hate me. So yeah. Anyways, it's good to be back. Bye.